Next one.
We have, would you rather a man who makes $50K a year who acts like an alpha male, or a guy making $250K a year who is a simp? So $50K a year,
question.
he acts alpha, or a guy $250K, but he's a simp?
By your definition of alpha of what you just described.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and start right here with Miss Attorney or law school.
A man who makes $50K a year who acts like an alpha, or a guy who makes $250K a year who's a simp?
Right. So by all of y'all's definitions of alpha.
Yes.
I would go with the first
alpha.
Okay.
But wait, earlier you said you won't date a guy that makes less than 100,000.
So being alpha is more important than the money.
Yeah, I mean that's why I described
That's
the
what's up.
other traits earlier. Like even that guy bringing up the economy and stuff, not making that much, like that's fine. But if you have everything else, then the money doesn't.
So you will break that 100K a year rule that you mentioned earlier
for the right guy.
Well, if they sign my prenup, then yeah, I don't mind breaking it.
Hey,
I like that. See how
that's masculine as fuck right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's always funny to me when girls are in the higher earning position and they deal with a guy that makes less money than them, they take the steps to mitigate risk financially, but men never do that shit. Like dudes will sit there and be a multimillionaire and marry a chick that makes no money and not sign a prenup. But a woman would never allow that. She'll make 20K more than you, 10K more than you, and be like, let's do a prenup. Like women really value their money. Men don't.
That's true.
Cool. What about you? 50K per year, very dominant, aggressive, maybe fits your physical metric, or 250K per year, but meek. AK.
I know I'm leaving off a lot of zeros here, but I would take the 50K because in me, in my definition of that dominance and that alpha, he wants to be better. So we're gonna grow something together. That's it. All it takes is what you want.
Okay.
And the drive to get there. But if you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know if I can like do that. No, take your money and I don't know, do something with it because you're not gonna do something with it.
Okay.
There's an attitude with that.
All right. What about you?
I'd say the 50.
Really?
I'd take the 50 because
okay.
I've been in the position, like basically not in the position where there was someone else, but I've been in the position where I was with somebody who made more money, who did have a more meek personality for a very long time, and I walked away because of that. You know, and I chose to like.
Did he give you everything you wanted?
Yeah, but no, I mean,
he wasn't a man that you actually wanted,
right? But you could like walk all over him, though.
Yeah,
you could like, well, he ain't stand up for himself. He had no boundaries.
Wait to get back to my phone.
Oh wow!
Okay,
so guys, money's not enough, guys.
Now you gotta have boundaries and shit, man.
That's
a fact.
Fair. What about you? I think I know the answer to this, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a similar situation to you actually before the guy I'm with now, and he made a ton of money, and but he was super feminine, and I ran the relationship, and so I was like, I do not like this at all, and so yeah, I mean, I'm essentially in this position now. He makes 60.
No,
so,
no.
Yeah, for sure.
But the difference is that he isn't soft.
That's right.
He's not a punk.
No, he's beyond like
he doesn't let you run shit.
I do not run anything.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with the 50K.
You'll go what? You're gonna go 1/3 of what you really want?
No, I mean I had to give you a number because you were pressuring me to give a number. But I said originally,
go to 250 guy.
The alpha to grow, and then when.
But you could take the 250K.
No, I said 150.
No. I'm saying there's two guys. One that makes 250K but kind of softer, or the guy that's 50K but
it's alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I go.
That you'll go with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You
damn,
haven't met her husband.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but okay. All right, Miss New Zealand. What about you?
Just me being so strong and independent myself. I know it's weird, but the alpha.
Really?
I could never ever see myself with someone somewhere like. Could never.
Let's be honest though. You've probably dated a few simps in your time. Let's keep it 1,000 from your profession alone. I mean, hell, your profession attracts simps. So,
that's true.
And is that why you have such a like? I guess you, even if they have money, you're like, fuck this shit. I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, simps make the world go around. What about you? That's why she's making the money she makes. So that's good for her. What about you?
Or on Paul.
Definitely the 50K alpha. Wow. Women want their men to be men. That's just as simple as it is.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Money was overridden by a decisive man. This is incredible.
And I think, like, as a dude, man, you can't let a woman or anyone like walk all over. You got to have like real like boundaries. The last movie I saw was the fucking Batman movie. And at the end, you know, Catwoman was like, yo, you should just leave with me and we'll leave Gotham and do like cat shit. And he didn't even say shit. He just kind of looked at her like, right? He just looked at her. She said, yeah, I know. And she drove off. And, you know, it hurt him to like let her go, but he let her fucking walk away, right? You know, life is like, it's like chess. You know, you can lose your queen and still win the game, you know?
Bam.
Yeah, it's cool. It's about winning the game, not keeping the queen.
That's a fact. Now, and here's the other part that might piss the ladies off, but you can get another pawn to the end of the board, and that becomes a queen.
Hey,
there you go.
Lose your queen. It's about winning the game, not keeping your queen.
If the king is killed, the game ends. But if if your queen, even though it's the strongest piece on the board, it can go in all different types of directions, which I would argue. With these chicks nowadays, they can travel all kinds of directions to get attention.
Dubai.
You know what I'm saying? And they get certain opportunities.
Instagram.
They're the strongest piece on the board. However, they're not required to win. So if you do lose your queen, you can go ahead and put other pawns in position to get on the other side of the board if you know what you're doing as a good king, and go ahead and get multiple queens.
The goal of the game is to win the game, not to keep the queen.
So in other words, I know this sounds,
you know, if you got to sacrifice, you got to sacrifice. You know?
And this comes back to what I was saying before, is that this is why men have to be in a leadership role with their women. I mean, hell, I did not expect all the girls to say I want a guy that's more dominant. But I think if anything, that kind of proves that masculinity is dying. You know, I mean, you had alluded to that earlier, and I 100% agree with you that men are softer nowadays. And the reason why men are soft is because they think being softer is what's going to get the girls, you know, not, you know.
And that's why we put together the free course, high value alpha ball. You download 100% free, man. It'll show you how to be all of those things. Alpha, high value, and a baller. You don't have to choose. It's not binary. We don't live in a world of scarcity. You can do it all.
I would also argue a lot of guys make less money too, which is another reason why, you know, they're.
Which is a byproduct of being less masculine.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a strong masculine guy, you understand a large component of your value is derived from your earning potential.
Yeah.
And what you create. And a lot of guys, you know, watching porn all day, whacking off, beating off, they don't necessarily have the motivation to go out there and become better. And then a byproduct of that is the women come. So, cool.